Welcome back to English class. Today we do chapter 4, that is from the diary of Anne Frank. Please open textbook page 48. Students, today we will be discussing only the introduction part of the lesson. Who has not heard about Anne Frank? Right? Let's check. Anneliese Mary Anne Frank. She was born on 12 June 1929 and breathed her last in March 1945. She was a German-Dutch diarist. Diarist means a person who has written a diary of Jewish origin. So she belongs to the Jews. One of the most discussed victims of the Holocaust. Holocaust means destruction on a mass scale caused either by fire or a nuclear war. In the story, it is because of the war. She gained fame posthumously. Posthumously means anything happening after the death of the originator. And here, actually, she has written the diary, the diary, and the book, The Diary of a Young Girl, came into light after her death. So that's why he is using she gained fame posthumously. With the publication of The Diary of a Young Girl, in which she documents her life in hiding from 1942 to 1944. And from whom they were hiding? They were hiding from the Nazis. I hope you know who are Nazis. You are very good at history, no? Anne Frank was the youngest daughter of the Jewish family. The German occupation of the Netherlands in the World War II, and as Hitler and the Nazis gained power in Germany, they didn't know what to do. Anne's family did not know what to do, so they moved to Amsterdam, and they were trapped there as the German occupation extended even into the Netherlands. The persecutions against the Jewish population increased. Persecution means the ill treatment of anybody based on the race is called as persecutions. So here the Nazis started ill-treating the Jewish people. Now what did Anne Frank's family do? Anne Frank's family decided to go into hiding in July 1942 in the office building of Otto Frank. Otto Frank is none other than Anne's father. 2 years they were living in constant fear of being discovered and arrested by the Nazis. I hope you know what is meant by in hiding. They were actually hiding from the Nazis. They didn't want to get caught by them as they would suffer more. The 2 years from 1942 to 1944, Anne in hiding wrote the diary with wit and awareness far beyond her age. She was just 13 then. And you know what happened? Unfortunately, they were caught and they were sent to concentration camp. You know what is concentration camp? Concentration camp means a place where a large number of people, especially the minority people, are imprisoned in a very small area with inadequate facilities. You can see in the picture over there, those are all the Jewish who were kept in concentration camps. They suffered a lot because they didn't have any facilities over there. We'll see what happens. Anne died of typhus in Bergen-Belsen concentration camp within days of her sister Margaret Frank's death. Typhus is a kind of disease caused by ticks and mites. In this picture also you can see where there are all the women in the concentration camp. The only survivor of the group, her father, Otto Frank, returned to Amsterdam after the war ended. So at last the war ended and her father returned back. Luck favored his survival. A woman named Miep Geese, who used to supply them food when in hiding, gave Otto Frank a pile of papers and documents that she found in the annex. You know what's an annex? Annex is like a building adjacent to the main building, or the extension or an accommodation to the main building is called as an annex. In those papers, Otto Frank finds Anne's diary. He was astounded by the unique record of events by his daughter. Actually, the diary was given to Anne Frank on her 13th birthday. She wrote the account of important events of her life from 12 June 1942 till 1st August of 1944. She wrote in Dutch language. Later, it was translated to over 60 languages. And the Diary of Anne Frank is also known as the Diary of a Young Girl, which provides the intimate details and deep understanding of her life during the Nazi rule. Till date, this book remains one of the widely read book across the globe. So very famous she became. But what is the use? She became famous after her death. Students, from the introduction, we can understand how important it is to spend some time to write down your thoughts and feelings, or what has happened that day, which is called as diary writing. I hope all of you start writing and maintaining a diary. Students, before we delve into the main part of the lesson, I felt you must have an idea of the reasons Anne Frank writing the diary. Please read textbook pages 50 and 51, which I will be discussing tomorrow. That's all for today's class. Thank you.